What's up, guys? My name is Jonathan Shane. Welcome to Blazing Diplomacy. This channel, this podcast is totally just set up to help us burn through and blaze through all the fluff so that we can get to the heart of the issues, so we can have real conversations, authentic conversations, empathize with one another, and overall come to better conclusions about how we feel about government, policy, the ways of the world, all these things. This first video is just for me to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Shane. I'm 29. I live in Kentucky. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, on the southwest side of Houston, Texas. Married my wife. I'm been married for going almost on 9 years now. I have 2 little girls, one that was just born. I own a nutrition coaching company and a supplementation company. Me and my wife, we started off dirt broke. We worked our way up into the world where we're at today. I'm here. The past, kind of my history, grew up really poor, single mom, worked her butt off. She's super successful now, but she worked so hard for that. So I got to see the hard workings of a single mom. Didn't really care much about politics or anything like that for a lot of my life. When I was 16, I met my Savior, Jesus Christ. And that was really my introductory into really understanding morality, why we think things to be good and wrong, working through that, talking to other individuals. When you go out and evangelize and share Jesus with people, you tend to get into deeper conversations, policies, politics, moral discussions. So, something that I think that my mom taught me is really how to empathize well with people. And so really being able to hear people's hearts, understand where they're coming from, still stand on truth, but with love, and be able to work through those things. That was kind of my introduction to morality, really was my faith. And then probably, I would say the first time Trump ran for office, just because that's the era that I'm at, I'm 29, remember, I didn't vote for anybody. It was him and Hillary Clinton. I watched some of the debates, really just for humor more than anything else. And then last year, just because typically speaking, if you really hold firmly to biblical morality, you tend to lean more towards conservative policies, not because you are Republican, because you're Christian. And I think that's something we'll talk about a lot on this channel is you shouldn't be married to a political party. You should be married to Jesus. And I just voted that way. I just went all red on the ticket, not really understanding much, and Trump didn't win anyways, and just kind of voted because I felt like I should vote. And then this past year, I got a little bit more serious about it, and I've been really delving into policy and understanding government, and I really see a hole. I see a hole where people aren't really talking through the fluff. Anytime you get on a YouTube channel or you get on a podcast, generally speaking, it's not bipartisan. It's not unbiased. And when I say unbiased, I don't mean that no one has biases. Everybody has biases. I have biases, right? I have a very firm Christian faith. A lot of what I believe, almost all of it, 99.999% of it, stems from the Bible's authority. And so I definitely have a bias. But when I talk about speaking unbiasedly, I mean not just attacking the other person because they don't agree with your morality, but really trying to pinpoint what they said wrong, why it's wrong, what they said right, if they do say something right. And even if you have somebody that agrees with you, aligns more with you, what did they say wrong? What did they say right? I don't see a lot of that. And even if they try to speak that way, you can definitely tell when they're trying to attack one and not attack another. And I don't think we should attack anybody. I think that we have to talk through these things in a mature way that makes sense. And so that's what this channel is for. This channel is going to be to talking about what's going on. Well, I'm 29, right? I'm a very young millennial, and I look around and I see such a cognitive dissonance with what the government's doing, the corruption there, but also the good. I see the issues with humans just because they're frustrated with money. They're frustrated with finances. They're dealing with their own day-to-day stuff that they're not really thinking about policy. They're not really thinking about how things that are going down the legislative ladder are impacting them on a day-to-day level. They're more looking for, does the person say what I want to hear? Do they say the right things? Do they talk nice? All those things. And we're not really looking at policy. And both of those matter, right? If you have just this person that's just super crude and has horrible policy, that's horrible. But you have somebody that talks nice and then has horrible policy, that is a sheep in wolf's clothing, and they are dangerous, right? And so it's being able to look through all these things, talk through all these things. And I look around and those conversations are not happening. They're not happening in a healthy way. And I just want to make this channel to change that. And so this video isn't going to get into the meat and gritty of anything. I actually wanted to start some dialogue too, right? Like, obviously you don't know anything about me. If you have questions, if there's topics you want to see fleshed out through the lens of myself, and just, you know, a more biblical foundational lens, in an unbiased way, in a bipartisan way, to help kind of flesh out the ins and outs of policies or legislation or laws or rules or governmental policies or whatever you want to talk about. I'd love for you to put it in the comments section. If you want to subscribe and be a part of the journey, now's your chance. You could be one of the tried and true first runners. But yeah, so I just want to get in here and make this video. I know that I am a conservative male Christian, which makes me the underdog in talking out publicly about policy and government and morality, but I'm okay with that. I've been an underdog my whole life. Don't bother me a bit. I'm here to help people know God, help people understand their system better, and be able to work on having mature, empathetic conversations with one another that doesn't back off from truth. So that's that. We'll see where it goes. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully soon.